Good evening and welcome to 9 p.m. Prime News. I am Godswill Oji. Tonight, Lagos Assembly calls for reconciliation following demolition exercises in Makoko and Shogole communities. Authorities intensify traffic and sanitation enforcement across major roads in Lagos State. And commercial Kodikwe drivers protest new transport restrictions along the Lekki-Ekpe corridor. Federal government defends ongoing economic reforms amid public hardship. Fuel price adjustments spark mixed reactions across the country. And the sports, the Super Eagles intensify preparation for upcoming qualifiers. The news in details. Demolition in Makoko and Shogole. The Lagos State House of Assembly has called for dialogue and reconciliation following recent demolition exercises in part of Makoko and Shogole communities. The demolitions, which affected structures reportedly built under high-tension power lines and near restricted zones, have sparked reactions from residents. According to officials, the exercise was carried out as part of efforts to enforce urban planning regulations and ensure public safety. Lawmakers have directed community leaders and relevant government agencies to form committees aimed at resolving disputes and addressing concerns raised by affected residents. Authorities have also reiterated the need to maintain designated setback zones in certain high-risk areas to prevent future hazards. Residents, however, are calling for adequate compensation and human engagement in future enforcement actions. The Assembly says discussions are ongoing to ensure both safety standards and community welfare are properly balanced. Lagos traffic and sanitation drive. Meanwhile, the Lagos state government has intensified traffic management and sanitation enforcement across the metropolis in a bid to ease congestion and improve environmental standards. The Lagos State Traffic Management Authority has deployed additional officers to major corridors, including Ikorodu Road, Apapa Oshodi Expressway, and the Lekki-Ekpe houses. Officials says the 24-hour traffic monitoring initiative is designed to reduce gridlock and improve commuter experience, particularly during peak periods. In addition, environmental enforcement teams have carried out sanitation operations targeting street trading, indiscriminate waste disposal, and other environmental violations. Authorities says the measures are aimed at promoting cleaner streets and safer road usage across the state. Commuters have expressed mixed reactions, with some welcoming stricter enforcement, while others call for improved road infrastructure and public transportation alternatives. Kodikwe drivers protest transport policy. We'll be right back in a moment. Welcome back. Commercial minibus operators, popularly known as Kodikwe drivers, staged a protest along the Lekki-Ekpe Expressway, expressing concerns over new transport regulations introduced by the state government. The policy, introduced under the Bus Reform Initiative, designates part of the corridor as a regulated mass transit road. Drivers temporarily blocked sections of their jazzes, demanding dialogue and reconsiderations of restrictions they say could affect their livelihood. The Lagos state government defended the move, stating that the reform is intended to improve safety, reduce congestion, and modernize the state transport system. Officials emphasized that consultations were held with transport unions before implementations and retracted that reforms are part of a long-time urban mobile strategy. Security personnel were later deployed to restore normal traffic flow. Transport analysts says while modernization is necessary, inclusive stakeholder engagement remains critical for smooth policy transition, economic reforms, and public reactions. The federal government has defended its ongoing economic reforms, describing them as necessary steps toward long-term stability. Officials says Recent policy decisions are aimed at strengthening the economy and attracting foreign investment. Despite assurances, many Nigerians continue to express concern over rising transmission costs, food prices, and living expenses. Economic experts note that while reforms may produce long-term benefits, immediate social support measures are critical to cushion the impact on vulnerable citizens. The government has retracted its commitment to implementing intervention programs to support low-income households. Fuel price adjustments sparked reactions. Meanwhile, fresh adjustments in petrol prices have generated mixed reactions nationwide. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited says the changes reflect market realities within the deregulated petroleum sector. Motorists in Abuja, Lagos, and other cities expressed concern over the impact of the new pricing on transportation fares and daily expenses. Independent petroleum marketers says fluctuations are influenced by global crude oil prices and exchange rates. Labor unions have called for dialogue, urging the government to implement additional relief measures for citizens. Economic analyst says sustained stability in the sector will depend on improved local refinery capacity and foreign exchange management. In sports, the Super Eagles have intensified training ahead of the upcoming qualifiers. The coaching crew says players are in high spirit and determined to secure maximum points. Fans across the country have expressed hope that team will deliver a strong performance. The weather. Partly cloudy conditions are expected across major cities tonight, with chances of rainfall in southern regions and mid temperatures in the northern regions. And that wraps up our news for 9 tonight. I still remain God still urging. On behalf of our entire team, thank you for watching. Good night.